I noticed the route of the motorcade, that there was a hard left in front of the Texas Book Depository. I've drawn a sketch to show you why it's very easy to imagine that the shots were fired from behind and above. And I show the angle of the cameraman Zapruder off to the left. The shooter, presumably Oswald, was above and behind in the Texas Book Depository. I've shown Kennedy here minus the car and the other passengers, just to show the alignment of his body to the shooter. The shooter was above, looking at the rear right side of the president. And that brings up the question, why shoot at the last moment as the motorcade was leaving? He could have shot at point 1, 2, 3, 4, but he waited until point 5. My opinion at this point, without having examined it in detail, is that most shooters are nuts. Most shooters, maybe they have associations with other nuts, and maybe these nuts are somewhat instigated, but I imagine that there are dozens, hundreds of nuts, I hope I'm not one, scattered all around not only the United States but the world, who occasionally shoot the Pope, or shoot Gerald Ford, or shoot at Gerald Ford. A few years ago, it was very common to hear about communist defectors, even former members of the diplomatic corps or the military or the KGB, defecting and coming to the United States where they were debriefed. Those KGB defectors, in my opinion, Yuri Bezmenov is legit. He said most of the activity of the department was to compile huge amounts of information on individuals who were then instrumentalized to influence public opinion. Publishers, writers, journalists, actors, educators, professors of political science, members of parliament, businessmen. Most of these people were divided into two groups. Those who supported the policy of the Soviet regime were promoted to positions of power through the manipulation of public opinion and media. Those who refused the influence of communism in their country, their reputation was ruined. Those who supported the policy of the Soviet regime were promoted to positions of power. Publishers, writers, journalists, actors, educators, professors of political science, members of parliament. He said most of the activity of the department was to compile huge amounts of information on individuals who were then instrumentalized to influence public opinion.
Which party currently controls Congress?
Currently, like, I don't know, actually. The Republicans.
Republicans control Congress?
Yeah. Probably Republican, because the president's Republican. That's my honest answer.
I think it's Republicans that control it now, I believe.
What, the Republicans? Which political party currently controls Congress? You don't know?
No.
Do you know who Barney Frank is?
No.
How about Nancy Pelosi?
No.
How about Harry Reid?
I've heard that name, but I don't know who that is.
What do you think of Barney Frank?
I have no idea who that is.
Nancy Pelosi?
She's pretty cool.
Harry Reid?
I don't know who that is.
What do you think of Barney Frank?
I don't know him. I don't know who Barney Frank is.
What do you think of Harry Reid?
Don't really know Harry Reid.
I don't know Barney Frank.
What do you think of Nancy Pelosi?
I only know the name. I don't know the face.
What do you know about Harry Reid?
Nothing.
What do you think of Barney Frank?
Who?
Harry Reid.
Don't know. Don't know that picture.
What do you think of Harry Reid?
Who is it? He said most of the activity of the department was to compile huge amounts of information on individuals who were then instrumentalized to influence public opinion.